Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of MSATP TV. Joining me today is Janice Shih with MVLS, which is the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. So Janice, why don't you tell us a little bit about MVLS?
Sure. So MVLS as a whole assists Marylanders who are facing financial or economic hardships, and we provide assistance with civil legal issues, not criminal, but civil legal issues.
Okay.
My area specifically is the low-income taxpayer clinic, where we assist individuals who have tax controversy issues either with the IRS or with the state of Maryland.
Okay. And how can we get involved with MVLS?
Yeah, so we work with volunteers, and in our tax clinic, we work with not only volunteer attorneys, but we also work with volunteer CPAs and enrolled agents, because the IRS and the state do recognize all three of those individuals as representatives for tax purposes. So it's a great opportunity for any of those individuals to join us and to represent a client who can't afford representation otherwise.
Okay. Now we have a class coming up next week, I believe, on the 18th.
Yes, on Wednesday.
Right? So
Right.
you want to tell us a little bit about what we'll be learning that day?
So this is a training that we have partnered with MSATP to offer, and it's going to award one continuing education credit for those who join in. But we do also ask that you take a volunteer case, and it's a great way to take this information and actually apply it into practice. So this particular class will be given by Eric Rollinger, who is a very experienced tax attorney who's got lots of years of experience. He'll be talking about liens and levies and collection alternatives for clients who have balances due to the IRS or to the state. So
okay,
it'll be a nice way of learning about that. So it's a great way to come in, get a little bit of information, learn how you can utilize this information, and then actually apply it to working with a volunteer, or working as a volunteer with one of our clients who need this assistance. So
okay, well, that seems like it would be very helpful. I know besides taking on a case, we were discussing the mentorship program. So you want to explain that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. So at MVLS, we have opportunities for everyone to volunteer in different capacities. You know, our primary volunteers work directly with clients, doing direct client representation, but some of them are new and they need some assistance with that. And that's where someone who perhaps has years of experience but may not be able to take on a case could be very useful and very helpful in that situation. So we have many volunteers who are mentors, and these are usually more experienced volunteers who, again, aren't able to take on a client at that point, but would like to share their experience and their wealth of knowledge with some of our newer volunteers who don't have as much experience. So
okay.
So that's a great opportunity for someone like a retired individual or someone who just perhaps isn't able to expend the time for full representation of a client at the moment, but still wants to share their knowledge. You know,
okay.
So many things that, as a new practitioner, you know, there's so many nuances and different things that you can't learn from the books, and that's where the mentors are very, very helpful, because it's a very small time commitment. You know, it really varies from volunteer to volunteer in terms of how much they work with their mentor, but it's just a nice way to kind of keep the new volunteer on track, make sure they're doing the right thing, but also impart some wisdom about what their own experiences.
Sure. Well, that sounds like a great opportunity for a lot of our members.
Yes.
On MVLS, if somebody wasn't going to take the class but still wanted to do something as far as volunteer, how would they get in touch with somebody at MVLS to sign up as a volunteer?
Sure. So you could reach out to me, and my name is Janice Shih, that's SHIH, and you can email me at jshih@mvlslaw.org. And I'm happy to connect you with that and bring you into the program. Usually we do ask before you volunteer that you have some level of experience, you know, and if you haven't done any tax controversy cases at all, we do have a training that you can view. We also do share that training or hold that training. It's a 4-hour-long basic overview of tax controversy training twice a year with MSATP, and that's another opportunity to get more credits. Since it's a 4-hour-long program, that's 4 credits. And so I think.
And those are free classes, or?
These are free. Yep. Right.
Yep.
There's no fee for it, but we do ask that you take a client.
Right.
But again, that's a great way to great way to apply the information that you've learned and really get some hands-on experience with doing that.
Sure.
And again, because even if it's new to you, because we're pairing you up with a mentor, and there's always some sort of overview, so oversight, so that you're never just on your own.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I was wondering about with MVLS,
It's a mouthful.
I apologize for that. Other than tax controversy work, what other things could you ask our members to do to assist your program?
Well, MVLS as a whole, as an organization, provides civil legal assistance with civil legal services. So any civil legal issue that that can come up outside of certain things like immigration, we may be able to assist with. And so we do things like family law and other things like that. So there may be opportunities, and we're still sort of new in the stages of this, where people who are accountants or other tax professionals might be able to assist, say, a family law attorney who has a tax question or something like that. Certainly,
Sure.
Those are, people like to think of tax as being sort of very, in their own little world, but as we all know, tax touches everything, and so
Yes, it does.
And so, there might be a family law attorney who has a tax question about how to what would happen if, based on how they're representing their client, things like that. So there might be some opportunities, a little fewer, of course. The main really one is our tax controversy work. But there's also opportunities to do things like just preparing tax returns. To resolve our tax controversy cases, we often need to get clients into compliance, and so having someone just even prepare tax returns is an amazing help right there. Because
sure.
There are clients sometimes who will walk in and have not filed a tax return in many years, and they just don't know how to even go about doing that. So that's another way.
I can see that's something that a lot of our members might be able to help with, who
Yeah.
don't wish to get involved in the tax controversy aspect, but who could assist someone else just by getting all those old tax returns caught up and get the client back in compliance.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a huge help.
Oh, sure.
Just to even get those back tax returns completed. So, so we
Well,
certainly
very good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we can do for you?
No, that MSATP has been a tremendous partner with MVLS. MSATP has been recognized, in fact, by the Pro Bono Resource Center of Maryland, which is sort of the legal component it's the pro bono component of the Maryland State Bar Association, has recognized MSATP as being an incredible partner and gave the award this year for that.
Yes, it did.
MVLS has also recognized our tax volunteers. We've recognized Jonathan Rivlin, who I believe is your treasurer,
Yes.
as one of our volunteers of the month. And we also have recognized, so we do a lot of recognition at MVLS of our volunteers because we appreciate so much the work that they do. And this year, the Law Firm of the Year, as well as the new Young Volunteer of the Year award, went to Tax People. Our Young Volunteer of the Year award went to an enrolled agent. So even though our name is Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service, as I said before, the Tax Clinic recognizes a variety of volunteers, and MVLS as a whole certainly does recognize the contribution of everybody to this.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and I hope everybody can join us next week for your class, and I look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Great.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.